Thank you for joining us for another edition of Three Questions with USFDons.com. We're here with USF men's soccer head coach Erik Visser. The Dons prepare for their second national television appearance in 3 seasons when they tackle ancient Bay Area rival Santa Clara Friday night in the South Bay. And Coach, USF broke through for an impressive 3-1 win against a solid, loyal Marymount team. What kind of carryover can that have into the rest of the season and this weekend in particular?
Well, Sunday obviously was a very important win. There's no doubt about it. You know, when you are picked unanimously pre-season to win your conference, the expectation level on this team was very difficult. You know, was very high, and you know, for a variety of reasons, we really haven't met those goals and those expectations. And it was very easily, I think, after Friday's game against USD, where we lost 3-1, where I think mathematically you could not win the conference anymore. I think the team easily could have said forget about the rest of the season, because obviously the disappointment level could be pretty high. But I think it shows a lot about the character of this team and who they are, that they still have a lot to prove. And I think Sunday was a good indication of what this team is capable of. And I think going into obviously Friday's game at Santa Clara, I think number one, it's a long-time rivalry, and number two, it is a game on national team where we have a chance to showcase a program and a team that we feel is still very, very good. So I feel, you know, quite comfortable that, you know, the team will be extremely motivated to have a good showing.
There's always something special about playing Santa Clara, regardless of records, standings, any of that. And Friday's match should be no exception. What is one of your favorite memories in this long-time rivalry with the Broncos, going back into the Wayback Machine even?
Well, obviously it's a long-time machine, and you know, as you can imagine, there's a lot of memories as both as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach. But you know, one memory that pops in my mind was as a player. In 1981, we had a game against Santa Clara at Keyser Stadium. We're standing in the tunnel of Keyser Stadium, and we're just kind of, you know, BSing, because our team probably had about 8 languages on our team. Santa Clara was pretty much, you know, the local team, but I heard a foreign language on the opposing team, and it happened to be the same language as myself, Dutch. So I looked at the player that was speaking a similar language, and it happened to be a Belgian, a Belgian player, Tony Vertongen, who later turned out after graduation to become my dentist. So I thought it was kind of ironic staying in, being in the tunnel and getting ready for that big rivalry against Santa Clara. And what happens to be too that player that I got to know, you know, before the game, that spoke the same language, he was playing against me, and I kicked the shit out of him. And now he said he gives me payback in the dental chair. So he's hurting me in the dental chair when I kicked him during the game. So that, I think that is an enduring memory. And then I think as a coach, you know, in 2004, I think when we were at a critical phase of the season of trying to win the conference, the 1-0 win with the flip throw of Jordan Keys, I think there was really a key, you know, moment. That 1-0 win, I think, really catapulted us that year to the West Conference win. And again, as a head coach, you know, obviously that was my first West Coast Conference championship. Obviously, that was a very memorable game for me.
Sunday is senior day on the Hilltop when St. Mary's visits Mega West Coast Stadium. Each class is unique, but this is truly a special group of young men that are playing their final home matches. What is kind of your general impression of that group as a whole?
You know, it's that win or lose, it's really, you know, they're really to continue the tradition, what USF soccer, what USF athletics is all about. You know, I think they're really, they're model citizens. Academically, they're good. They go to class, they graduate, they're good kids. They spend a lot of times in volunteer work. And I think anything that I look for, that we look for as a university in student athletes, I think this senior group personifies that. You know, I think it's a unique class because it's a combination of guys that have transferred in. Some have spent a lesser time with us. Some guys have spent more time with us. You know, obviously we had Justin Kendro, who was a terrific young man for 3 years, who transferred in from the University of Maryland, who has been hit by 2 ACLs, and really hampered his career, but has really been a terrific young man. And, of course, I have to single out, Connor Chin. Connor had his breakout year last year where he was dominating the conference in one game, 1 goal a game. I think he got off to a little bit of a slower start. This year has been hampered by a variety of nagging injuries, but I still fully expect him in the next 4 games to really still make his full impact, on the West Coast Conference. And Connor is graduating, has been terrific, for this program the last couple of years. So I think those are 2 without really singling guys out. And then we had two kind of JC transfers in Leon Williams and Jonathan Levy, who only have played 2 years for us, but I think in their 2 years really impacted our program. And obviously the transfers in both Franco and Kyle both have been really tremendous this year in terms of their citizenship. So it's kind of a unique senior group because it's kind of a variety of different classes. But again, overall, and I didn't even mention the Daniel O'Donnells, and I didn't mention the Hunter Jarretts. That really, again, as a group collectively, again, it has been really a group that I'm very proud of.
The Dons tackled the Broncos Friday night under the lights at Buckshot Stadium in a match televised live on Fox Soccer Channel in the NSCAA College Match of the Week. Then the Dons welcomed the Gales for a Sunday evening contest at Negawesco Stadium. Game tracker and live streaming audio and video will be available for both contests. Thank you, Coach, and good luck against the Broncos and Gales.
Thank you.